Cummins Filtration is the leading designer and manufacturer of filtration and exhaust components for heavy-duty powered equipment. And it's a 600,000 square foot facility that is designed for cross-dock operations, receiving on one end of the building and shipping on the other.
Why we were looking for a WMS was really to take us away from a paper-based system. Everything we did was paper-based, which meant a lot of manual transactions being done. With that, a lot of errors inherent in the process that we did. On top of that, we weren't very productive in how things were set up because, again, it was all paper-based. Left a lot of things open for people to use their judgment on how best they thought they should do things rather than letting a system drive that process.
We wanted improved accuracy, shipment integrity. We looked at warehouse performance. We wanted to improve on our warehouse performance, which is a measure of how many shipments each day we're shipping. Also wanted improved inventory accuracy and location accuracy.
We really were looking to fix a number of things, but the main goal of the project was to lay the foundation and put in the framework and infrastructure to support the company's growth requirements over the next 5 to 10 years.
The implementation here at EDC last September was almost flawless. We had a very good support team on site from the WMS side, lots of IT folks to help us with any issues that came up. It was very smooth.
The best thing that happened was that nothing bad happened. Everything that we expected to happen happened. We had a wrap-up schedule that was really expected to take 4 weeks to get back up to full production, and we shipped clean after the 3rd day. That's how smooth the transition was.
I had a number of people who would actually say to us, have you implemented the WMS yet? And that's because of the very minimal impact that it had overall to our business.
Our main objective with training was to ensure that it was hands-on and it was real-world stuff, that these are the things that users are going to be doing day one. We wanted to make sure they were experts in their function, and they didn't have to know every aspect of the system. They didn't have to know if they were a receiving person, how to do shipping. We wanted to make sure they were experts in receiving and could handle that function on day one.
What really made it successful, because from day one when you flip the switch and everything changes and we're on this new system, no more paper, the people understood the process flow. Sure, there's go-live challenges with, okay, what's this exception? It's not doing this, what do I do? That slowed us down. That's part of the dwell and the recovery that we knew we were going to experience. But we didn't have to worry about training people during the go-live on what they should be doing.
Came to the point of execution, it was no longer any kind of a question mark in there of what someone might be doing or not doing. We had the right people in place at various times to be able to handle any potential issues that might have come up during conversion. The system was a fully functioning system, almost 24 hours in advance of what was anticipated there.
Because of all the research we did in selecting the system, that it's a best-in-class system, that the process flows are what we should be doing. So how do we adapt our processes and our systems to the WMS so that we can flow with that system? And we did that as much as possible. I think very few modifications because of business requirements and the way our business is set up in the market, so that we can handle that, and it's worked very well for us.
In addition to our internal personnel, there really was not much of a delineated line between who was an internal person and who was a RedPrairie individual that was here. The working relationship that we'd already established prior to go live continued right on into go live with a keen invested interest in the success of this go live. From my perspective, I would have thought that it was not necessarily their first go live, but it was their most important go live. We felt like we were the only kid on the block, even though I'm sure that wasn't the case.
We have absolutely seen a increase in productivity with the employees overall, with the amount of hours it takes to do the standard work that we have done on a daily basis. But also we have seen an improvement in what they're doing in that time that they're here. So we are able to ship, receive, restock all during the same shift, whereas traditionally we had not been able to do that.
At every step in our process, from receiving to put away, to inventory check, cycle counts, to the picking, to the shipping, we've just seen significant improvements. We've reduced a lot of waste from the rehandling, the rekeying of information into the system. Just overall significant improvements across the board.
Probably the biggest improvement is just the data integrity, right? From an inventory location perspective, it's real time. It's always there. The system is accurate. The transactions associated with receiving material through picking it and shipping it are accurate because we're not using paper. It's a huge improvement operationally and for our customers.
The thing that has helped us is quality in our shipments to our customers. And now with the warehouse management system, we are able to track the shipments and the details, and by that I mean understand what parts are on what pallets that have gone on what trucks to what customers, so that when they call and have questions, we are able to answer those questions and know that what we're giving them is accurate information.
We had an auditor up here who's been doing physical inventories for more than 15 years and said this is the best inventory process he's ever seen. So we're now applying for exemption to where we can prove the WMS, the proactive cycle counts that we do with the system now that we couldn't do in the manual world, maintains inventory integrity so that we can no longer have to do physical inventories and still meet the SOX requirements as a business.
So over the past 12 months, we have consolidated 3 distribution centers. So we have this distribution center, which is our Eastern Distribution Center, but have consolidated our Canadian and our Western Distribution Center into this facility, and never would have been able to do that without really an impact to the customer at all had we not had the WMS. So we are able to not only bring in that volume from those distribution centers, but do so with very little to no impact to our customers. Without a WMS, without this RedPrairie WMS, we never would have even considered taking the steps to consolidate our facilities.